Hey, well, welcome back to the D&J After the Racing podcast. Boy, we have a doozy for you tonight. We only had a couple of caution flags, but we had some fun down in this here track. Looks like Barry Tullison took first place, followed by Ty Manning, then Jimmy Pilan. Fourth place comes in close with Doug Wagner, but he actually gets kicked out of the race because he ran out of fuel and had someone push him. Poor bastard couldn't make it to the gas station in time. So Eric Hopperthorne takes his place, followed by Johnny Hurst, Matt Banky, Dylan Grace for number 7, Dakota Icegrig, Brian Tiffany, Chad Hawkins, Mike Presley, Liam the BB Danger coming in following your top 13 right there. Doug, you were in the race. Tell me about it. How did you feel tonight? I was watching. Look good? Yeah, I noticed there in the end, actually, that you speak of that is, did you miss your pit box by any chance? You did. How much, how much time did you feel like you lost right there? That is what it is. I mean, that does happen. And, boy, watching you run them down in the end was, fun. I had it bounce all over the place, but, when I tuned into that, because it goes on like a crash, focus on crashing, you guys were there because there was like 3 or 4 of you together. I'm telling you, that was one hell of an ending. If it went on for 5 more laps, I think you would have had it. I think you would have had third place. First and second were pretty far ahead, but man, it was a fight. Yeah. Oh, the 57. I remember that. That's good. Yeah, I have more. It doesn't matter. I mean, it matters in the end who wins. It truly does. But what people don't see watching these is when you're in the car and racing and you have a fight going on next to you, you already feel like you're in first place fighting for the. That's the greatest part about racing. It's not just about winning. It's the fight getting to the end. Now, this track is, there's always a fight, is there not? So I don't know. I don't know how many rats we have to bring up here tonight, but I mean, I'm hoping we some sort of escalation. I don't know. It was a pretty clean race. Regardless, we are going to talk to some people. We're going to pull someone up right. The woman, what's her name? What place did she get in tonight? Where is she? 6th place. What do you think? Or do we want to hold off just for a moment? Do you want to pull someone else in? All right. 10. Let me do this. If you could pull Matt Banky and Brianna Lauren, I'll pull one in. They're partners, correct? They're together, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Timmy. Let's pull Timmy in.
Kipper!
Oh,
Hello? Oh my God, dude.
how are you doing tonight, Timmy? I
I'm doing pretty shitty, but
well,
it was a great race.
I'll tell you what. I'm looking at the results right now, and I found something compelling. Let me tell you, your car is number 2. You are the number 2. You finished 2 laps down tonight. Can you expound on what happened? I have a feeling I know why, but the listeners out there have no clue why Tim, that drives normal most of the time, unless he gets crashed, was 2 laps down. He did not have a broken car. I know that for a fact.
Just quite possibly the worst luck ever. And the 2 cautions that did fly tonight, I happened to be on pit road when those flew. So that put me a lap down the first time, and then come around on a next green flag pit stop and caution waves while I'm on pit road. Bam, 2 laps down. So there goes my night. So not much I could do. The truck felt great though. I was able to save tires and catch guys on the tail end of runs and was making up positions, but just 2 laps down, there's
Nothing
the night's pretty much over at that point.
We're used to seeing a lot more cautions on track, but I know you've been pushing really hard for clean racing, so I know that we had a clean race. We're actually pretty legit, and they weren't all that bad, surprisingly. So
well, you cut in and out there, but if you're talking about the green flag race, yeah, the guys did a great job tonight. We did have a car a lap down take out one of the leaders, so that's something we'll have to work on as a league and get better at. But great run tonight by everybody. I think the cautions even came at the tail end of both of those first 2 runs. So hats off to the drivers keeping the race green tonight.
Had a lap 28, and then we finished off with lap? Where's it at here? Lap 58. Is it lap 58 or 38? 50. You guys had a hell of a run those last laps. 3 green flag stops, correct?
Yes.
Holy hell.
I'm pretty sure, yes, because the 2 cautions came after the first 2. But like I said, they were at the tail end of the run anyway, so
Right.
So pretty much, yeah, I mean, it was all the runs were pretty much green flag tonight,
Yeah, I mean, you had a 40 something lap run in the end there, no cautions thrown, so it was a full on race.
Oh yeah. And I'll go back and watch the replay that of Robert's broadcast and see it from that perspective. And yeah, just like I said, hats off to all the drivers. We showed what we're capable of tonight. I've told them that we're capable of more than what we've been producing, and they did it tonight. So hats off to them. They sure did.
I knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time, and tonight was the trifecta. So with that being said, I have nothing more for you, Tim, tonight, but to thank you for hosting Ruff-Neck Racing along with Johnny and the Renegade Racing, and James Wagner, of course, of Wagner's Welding. Dougie, do you have anything to add to Timmy Timothon over here before he goes nighty-night? That sounded kind of gay. Oh, he can't, no one could hear him on the recording, so I guess you're stuck with me, Tim. With that being said, go ahead. You're in our chat yet. I don't see no sprinkles, though. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's. All right. Well, without further ado, Timmy, we're going to let you go. You have yourself a good night, buddy. And until Monday, we will see you again.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Hey, you too. Doug, did you need your checking on YouTube? Are you live on YouTube right now? You want me to check and see if your microphone is working? If you want, we could pull someone in and let's double check here. Folks, if you hear a back feed, I do apologize, but we do need to do this just to make sure. This being new, we're dealing with bugs right now. Our Streamlabs isn't working. Something's wrong with it. So we're kind of just, we're down a few things. It does. Yeah, well, you could shoot the shit with him because you guys fought it out tonight a few times. What's your channel? Is it D&B Broadcast? It is, okay. 10-4. Just want to make sure what we're doing here. Bring him in.
Oh my God. How you doing? Doing good. I enjoyed racing. How you boys doing? How you doing? That's good. It was I enjoyed the race. And I enjoyed racing.
So we don't have audio, Doug, for Doug. So what? Yep. What was the question you had for him? I want to repeat that so the guys out there heard what your question was for Robert. Oh, you and Robert, Doug and Robert ran side by side for quite a few laps there, and I seen you guys bang doors a couple of times. How was that fighting each other? It looked amazing on the outside, let me tell you.
It was a little nerve wracking because I'm trying to keep my focus straight, but at the same time I'm trying to keep focus on Doug and the wall at the same time, so I don't hit either or and ruin our nights.
Well, I tell you, you were as focused as a soldier in the field with meth. You know, they had the energy and focus tonight, and it looked really good.
Oh yeah. No, it was enjoyable. That if you got the high line, it was going to be hard for somebody to pass you on the bottom unless they drove it in there deep.
Let me ask you this: did you get stuck in the pits when one of those cautions came out?
No.
No. Did you finish one lap down? It shows.
Yes. I got my lap back and came into pit because I was.
Oh, you were on the radio to me to clear it. Was that you on the radio?
No, that was not me. I think it was somebody else.
Well, it was. Yep, you're correct. It was number 20. Well, isn't that unfortunate? You were running pretty good out there today. If you were running with Doug and he finished in fourth place, you would have finished pretty close to that area too. Mm-hmm. The way it looked.
It's all a momentum game.
Sometimes the luck's with you, and sometimes it's just not. And the racing part's the fun part anyway. It didn't matter. It looked like there was a good race everywhere spread out on the field. So if there was a car that needed to be challenged, I know you were there tonight, and you were more than capable of doing so. So good job with you out there, because it was actually fun to watch that.
Oh, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the track condition. I love it. I love a slick track.
I think people are starting to like that idea. The night racing's great, but if you split it up half and half, that the slick tracks, it's a little different. You have to attack the angles differently, and we need that. It's the best practice us drivers can get, especially if you want to make us better drivers. This is the way to do it. And
yep.
I agree with the admins changing things up. Was a great idea, and I think it's paying off.
Yeah, and I felt like as the runs continued, the more your tires wear,
yeah,
you're not having to battle a tight truck as of like a cooler condition, and the track's kind of gripped up. The track was gripped up all the way around. I can tell you that it was gripped up, but with the heat being on it and stuff, it still kept it pretty modest.
There's quite a bit of wall banging tonight. I did see that going in during the race. So when the tires worn out, I heard the trucks banging the walls a little more often.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But sorry,
that's okay.
But but as like I said, as the laps wear on, you tend to, like for me, I noticed if I started backing my corners up, let the truck roll in there, and then stand on the throttle, it would set the truck, and I'd be fine as my tires wore on. Even battling with Dougie, he'd dive it in there on the bottom, and I would kind of ease it in and then stand on it. I'd suck right back up to him, and it kind of made it hard for him to try to get around me, unless I messed up my corner, and he was able to get by me there. But
when mistakes were made, that's when people took advantage of them tonight, and there was a lot of that happening. So it was everywhere. It was everywhere, and everybody seemed to take advantage of it too.
Oh, absolutely. For me, as you know, as I have continued on racing in this, running the trucks and running with you guys, to start learning the truck's limitations and knowing what I can do to get the extra steps. I've noticed that as laps wear on, if I can just change my angles in the corners, I can, as people are starting to fall off with tires, I can start picking back up with my tires.
That's always a good sign when you start doing that, because that makes you more dangerous then at that point.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to make people nervous. That's good.
Yeah.
Do you have... Go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
I'm still not as fast as, as Mark and Dougie and all them early on in the runs, but I feel like as the runs continue on, I get faster and I get better. And I learn by just working as the race goes and seeing what works and what doesn't work.
Well, it's a pace for the race. It's not balls to the wall. Sometimes you're racing your tires and you're expecting them to wear theirs out. So you're going to pass them 20 laps later. You just know you're not going to pass them right now.
Yeah.
That's a big method. A lot of people use that.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're not banking on a caution, and tonight was proof of that. Cautions weren't flying, tires were falling off.
Yep. I was banking on some cautions to come out. I was hoping for some, but all in all, tonight I enjoyed it. Yeah, even though I finished a lap down, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a fun track to race. It's even when you're lap down, hoping for that caution, you're still racing that guy in front of you. It doesn't matter, and you're still racing for your position because you don't want to give up your lucky dog.
Nope.
But with that, do you have?
Go ahead.
Did you have anything else to say tonight, or any fans to thank, or anybody? And
I mean, other than both my grandfathers and my dad were watching the race tonight, I know they enjoy watching me race. They have fun doing it, and with me racing in real life too, with go-karts. Me and my dad race, and we enjoy it because we're able to do something a little bit more competitive together, and we try to push each other.
That's pretty awesome. Two grandpas and a dad watching their boy race. Can't get better than that. How is that wholesome, America? This is America I remember. You guys remember that America at one time? Because I did, and that all went away. But we're going to get that back and make it happen again. So with that being said, Mr. Robert, we do appreciate you coming by tonight. Thanks to your grandpas and father for watching the race. And you guys, I hope you have a wonderful week, and we can't wait to see you Monday. So Good job this evening. Things didn't work out the way you wanted them to, but you looked good out there. That's what counts.
Yep. There's always room for improvement.
That's right.
You too. You guys have a safe rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Guys, Monday.
It's a hell of a drive home, I tell you.
Yep.
All right. Take care, buddy.
You too.
All right. Let's bring up the... We're going to talk, guys, we're going to bring in the mouth of the league himself. There's two of them, actually, but he's one of them. Mr. Mark Morton. I call him 1313 because M is the 13th letter in the alphabet. And 13 is always the luckiest number, right? Without further ado, Mark Morton, welcome into the podcast. How you doing this evening, sir?
Doing good, brother. How are you?
Not too shabby. I didn't see you on that track tonight. For the damn to me, I tried finding your car, and what happened? Did it fall off the trailer on the way to the track?
No, the hauler never made it because I was out in the field doing some land navigation training, and I was unable. We got back around 4 o'clock ish, and then I made it home in time, but there was an update and I wasn't able to get the update done in time, so I was unable to make the race tonight.
Well, the land navigation, you got lost, didn't you? You got lost.
No,
You got lost. Hold on. You got lost, and you couldn't get your computer updated in time because of that 5 minutes from that compass misreading you had when you should have looked at the sun. Unless it was cloudy out.
No, it was sunny, but the sun only gets you so far. I mean, the sun was beating down on us wearing our full uniform with our flicks, which is kind of like just a little like a little front pack up front, and we just it was just kind of bad timing, I guess. But it was also it was definitely unfortunate because Lord knows I wanted to make that race.
What was it there, Doug? Why was he late? Oh, he knew it. Doug
No.
can't hear it on the radio right now, but he said he heard it.
That's only on Mondays, Doug. My Wednesday chat is not taken off yet.
If you guys seen the Goonies, you know who Mouth is. Well, this is Mouth right here himself. That starts with an M too. There's your 13 again.
That'll be my nickname, Mark the Mouth.
Mark the Mouth Morton. That's Eminem and M.
My middle initial is A.
So, Mark, I know you like this track, so I know this was killing you because I know for a fact you like Auto Club.
Oh, yeah.
I know you like Auto Club so much, you will crash the driver next to you because you don't want him to win in a practice. You did that to me on this very track. I know that.
Well, see, that's the thing, though, Jeff. It was practice. It wasn't an actual race. I wouldn't do it in an actual race. If you catch me, I'll let you go. If I catch you, hopefully you let me go or we duke it out.
Well, the problem is I'm race controlling this race, and I've got no one to have any beef with, so I guess we're going to be the rival tonight, and I've got a problem with you because we didn't get to race. And unfortunately, you got lost in Wonderland, and I was stuck on the camera.
Well, I was there last week. Where were you at last week?
Same situation.
You know what that sounds like? Sounds like Doug needs to get some. Sounds like Doug need to swap out the truck with you, so he can do the race control, and I can rub some fenders together.
We take turns. He needs this one more than I do because I like this track too, but I know he likes it a little more. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, so going into Monday, since we have you here, we don't have much time left, but since we have you here, going into Monday, what do you have? Do you have any enemies out on the field? I mean, now's the place to say it. I saw what happened on Monday. I believe it was the number 29, and you got into an incident towards the end of the race there, which actually I believe took you out completely.
Mm-hmm. Am I allowed to speak honestly?
This is our honest motion right here. This is where it's all being laid out. So if they're not in the chat ready to be pulled into the podcast, that is not our fault. We'd let them know to stay right on until the end.
As long as I'm allowed to speak my mind and not get in trouble for it.
The mic is all yours. You're clear to roll.
Well, I got to hear it from the horse's mouth first. One more time, boss.
Just try to be as nice as you can without being. We got to watch our swear words. I think we're not so much family oriented. We're just lay it out for us, brother. How do you feel going into Monday?
Well, going into Monday, let's see. I've had very unfortunate racing events the past 2 weeks. I kind of think it was horse crap, but that's besides the point. I do have beef. I do have a rival, sure. I guess you'd say. The 29
would that be? It would be the 29 of Jimmy Pilon.
It would most definitely be the 29 of Jimmy Pilon. Now, don't get me wrong. I respect him as a racer.
But you hate him on the track. I get it.
I hate him on the track.
There's no friends out there. Once you're on the track and they're not your teammate, they're not your friend. I know how that is.
Yeah. So, I mean, you definitely know how it is. And it's just, kind of sucks to have misfortune and bad luck every so often when you are racing the guy for the championship. Because don't get me wrong, like I said at the beginning of the season, Jimmy is the standard of the league because he has two champions and he's probably going to get his third. However, his racing has not been the cleanest. Don't get me wrong, I've ruffled some feathers probably throughout the season. I know I ruffled Johnny's at the beginning of the season at Daytona. We talked it out, and I would hope that I have cleaned my racing up a good bit. Don't get me wrong, I make mistakes just like everybody else. It's human, but when it comes off intentional and you try to talk to Evan about it and you don't get heard, it kind of rubs the wrong way. I don't remember how long I've been running with you with Dougie. And well, really, Johnny. I met Johnny and Dougie when Johnny's league at was it Dougie 2-3 years ago?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. And I mean, like I said, I've ruffled some feathers throughout the years, and I've had my feathers ruffled. I understand it's complete. It is 100% complete a part of racing. Just kind of like I said, it kind of rubs me the wrong way when I try to talk to Johnny or Ryan about it, and I don't get a response. I don't get a response back. I just feel like I'm trying to be heard and trying to respectfully voice my opinion in a calm, collective manner. And then when I don't get heard, it just like I said, it rubs me the wrong way. And then when I try to retaliate when I accidentally, if me and Jimmy get into it and it's my fault, it's going to deemed intentional because of the beef that's happened the past couple of weeks. So I mean, like I said, Jimmy is 100% my rival. I respect him as a person, but I hate that person as a driver. If he's around me, I try to get away from him. If he catches me, I'm gonna let him go. That's just how it is. But at the same time, when for example, I don't know if you happen to watch the race last Wednesday at Daytona when I was pushing Dougie, and I got a bump from Barry. It kind of shot Dougie up, and I didn't want to wreck him trying to get behind him to continue to push him, so I just went down. And then I saw Jimmy's nose, so I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna jump down to the bottom, block that line. But and then then two other people were in front of me, and I'm off the gas, and I'm still getting pushed from Jimmy, which then spins me down on the apron, and then takes out the majority of the field because I guess he felt that I probably cut his nose off. It's within 10 laps. Don't get me wrong. I would be upset if my nose was cut off, but at the same time, Talladega is a big track. I'm not going to sit there and dump them when there's still 6 or 7 laps to go when I can make my move with 2 or 3 to go. Well, I can position myself to get in the chance to give myself the chance to make the move with 2 to 3 laps to go and not risk taking out 6, 7, 12 cars.
Completely agree. With that being said, let me ask you this one last question here. If you have anything to say before the race, even to Jimmy, come Monday, what would you tell him for Monday when you guys start your cars? What would you tell Jimmy before the race? If you had anything to say right now.
I hope he blows his engine.
All right, fair enough. With that, Mark Morton, I'm glad you came up. Is there anybody you want to thank before we hit our next person here?
Definitely, as always, I want to thank Dougie for putting together the league. I know we've had our ups. I don't say our ups and downs. We've had our close moments. We've had our far moments. Like I said, I mean, I have the most respect for Doug. Like, I mean, he's covered me from races, and even when I try to repay him back, he said, "Don't worry, Dougie, dude, you're a hell of a driver, a hell of an owner, the whole nine." And hopefully I didn't upset you at all by what I said. I was just getting away, kind of voicing my opinion. I love you like a brother, and you know, and you, Jeff, for taking time out of your evening for you and Doug for taking time out of your evening to start this podcast. Like, I hope nothing but the best for you guys with this podcast, and everybody else in the league besides Jimmy that takes times out of their evening to race with us. Like I've throughout the season, with the races that I've been here, I've made some friends, I've made some teammates, I've obviously made an enemy. But like you guys, everybody coming to take time out of their evenings on Mondays and Wednesdays away from their family, their kids, and all that stuff. Everybody, it's like a big old family, and sometimes families fight, and sometimes it takes somebody to be the bigger person to try and squash it. And
well, we feel the same way, buddy. This is why we're doing this. It's after races, if we have problems, we're going to quash them here on the podcast, because this way we keep all the chats clean. We can be the therapist here, and sometimes problems can't be fixed, but they can sure be heard and voiced. And this is why we're doing this. So for the good and bad, mostly good, but we really appreciate you coming up here, and want to thank you for being part of our family too. So we're always happy to have you.
And of course, I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening.
Hey, you as well. We can't wait to see you Monday.
Hopefully, I might be in Florida for a funeral, but
well, bring your hatchets and axes just in case. Like that girl in Scotland, she was awesome. She's saving that country. So, all right, buddy, we're gonna let you go. We got to pull some more people in, but thank you very much for joining us and having after race chat. We appreciate that.
Of course, brother. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome anytime. Matt Worrell, yeah. We're gonna discuss the. Let's see here. He wasn't happy about the race, right? We're gonna discuss that actually. I think the direction we're going, Doug. You agree? This is probably a good thing. I mean, I think it's great. I'm in heaven right now. I like any kind of drama because it's not coming from me. And call me selfish and self-righteous. Maybe I am, but I like to hear it, and I also like to fix it because I do care at the end of the day. So let's bring them up, and we'll talk to Matt Worrell. Shit, we could talk to all three of them at once if you'd like. That's up to you. You call it. I'm telling Doug it's dealer's choice, but we're bringing one up right now, then the other two. Matt Worrell, do you have a copy? This is Jeff and Doug up in the booth. Hello, Matt.
Yep. Yo.
How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing okie dokie. I'm looking at the race results, and it's coming in that it doesn't look like you had that great of a race. I thought your beginning looked good. I thought I saw you out there moving along quite well, and you fell off somewhere. Care to expound on what happened this evening?
Yeah, there was a truck inside of me. We was coming down the front stretch there, and we were coming up on slower traffic. We came up to the slower traffic, and the truck was still there, and the truck below me, which wasn't clear, came up and clipped the nose and pushed us both up into the wall.
That's not. Did a caution come out on that one, or were you guys facing forward where it couldn't go? No caution?
Say again?
Was there no caution thrown at that time?
Yeah, there was a caution thrown.
Oh, there was a caution. Okay, yeah. So that was lap 28 then, I take it.
But I glanced off. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you guys.
I hear a little back feed. You hear me fine right now, correct?
Well, I'm in another race here, so I got that going on my ear and you guys.
Well, I tell you what, if you're in another race, why don't we go ahead and just let you go so you can win that race and hopefully not get in the bad luck like you were in this one.
Yeah, if you guys are still on, I'd be more than happy to come up here and talk with you here in just a moment.
Yes, sir. Let's, without further ado, good luck, my man, and kick some ass out there, okay?
Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, Matt. Enjoy your evening.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Let's, Doug, let's bring in Brianna and Matt Banky. or one or the other. We can bring one in too. That's fine. It's unfortunate we have a microphone issue with Doug tonight. We're going to get that fixed, but if he's got anything to say, he's going to shoot in my ear, and I'm going to ask that question. So we're going to go ahead and could we get the point breakdown requirements in the someone in chat, Matt Benke, could we get the point breakdown and requirements in the rule book? I can't seem to find that, please. We're going to bring Matt up and discuss this.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Matt. You got copy?
You're gonna have to pull Bree.
You're gonna have to
pull Bree.
Pull Bree. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, go for it.
There we go. How are you two this evening?
I had one hell of a race.
Could have gone better, but
well, where did you fall behind?
So what happened to me was I went in right before that first caution. I went in and pit. I had like 20 seconds of optional repairs, so I took it. So then that brought me a lap down, and then as I was exiting, the caution came out, and I got trapped.
You got trapped.
So,
I
got trapped. So that brought me 2 laps down.
That's actually truly unfortunate. Right out of the gizzard, you got 2 laps down.
Yeah, and just unfortunately wasn't able to get anything back. But overall, it was a good race, though. Not very many cautions.
Okay, yeah, that's, it's surprisingly, well, I wasn't surprised. I knew that it was going to run green later on down the race. I called the first caution to be on lap 13. I was wrong. You guys went almost 30 laps without doing so. So you proved me even wrong tonight. Usually we have early cautions on this track because people are flying so much around turn 1 and 2. Usually the backstretch there is what ends up collecting people. That did not happen at all tonight. I'm truly amazed.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised about that too.
But I was just happy not to have been the cause of any cautions this week.
Now let me ask you a personal question. While you were in the pits getting that car of yours fixed before you went a lap down, did you by any chance do your makeup in the mirror as you were parked? We're dying to know.
No, I did not. What had happened was I had hit the wall too hard, and I had 20 seconds of repairs because of that. So I just sat and took it. Slightly regretting that now. In retrospect, had I not taken that optional repairs at that time, I would have not been trapped. And
well, knowing how women drivers are, let me ask you this question. By any chance, were you listening to Lady Gaga while you crashed into the wall and singing out loud of your car? Like maybe the crowd heard you singing? Were you singing a wonderful song that you heard on the radio while this happened?
I was not.
Because I would have said something.
Yeah, we're in the same room, so I was listening to him.
So no Taylor Swift, you're saying?
No.
No, please no.
All right, Matt. Well, let's. You're in another race right now? Is that what's going on, or are you just?
No.
Okay.
No, that was Mr. World. I just have beef with the guys with the points because they're not listed anywhere.
So there was points list. Dougie, they can't hear Dougie on the radio. So, Doug, do you know anything about the breakdown of the points in the rule book? I have the race itself pulled up right now, and I don't want to exit out. I'm not sure I could even find the points, and I know there's, I believe, 2 drops, so things are going to change, and they change as every race goes by. That I do know because it takes your best.
So when I go to look at the rule book that I have available to me,
The points
is no points breakdown.
posted in Racing.
Yeah, no bonuses are done anymore.
That's
If you click on Roughneck,
yeah, I'm clicking on it.
You see,
Yeah,
it almost
you can go
sounds like
to-
you guys have been married for 20 years because I hear just that slight ever bit of nagging in the background. Did you guys hear that? I believe I heard like, yeah.
I hear the you. Oh, good
I
lord!
think if you go to like results or something.
I'm looking at seasons. You know what season it is. Team standing seasons scoring.
Might be.
Nothing.
I just
Not
look at
even.
I look at the points about middle of the week or so just to see because I know they changed. Me and Doug and I were talking about that earlier today, and he's like, "Oh yeah, just to let you know, someone took the lead from last week's race." I'm like, "What?" And I looked. Oh yeah, look at that. It was who was that? Gosh darn, Dylan. It was Dylan. Took he took Monday's. That's right, Dylan. Dylan Grace took Monday's lead from the Monday draft series race, and that I believe changed during the week too because of the drop thing.
That's you go to season standings.
Yeah, I see that. What I was saying was Rob had posted something about Doug getting the biggest mover positions, but
He did, but so what's going to happen was Doug got disqualified tonight, so you're going to end up taking. You finished 7th, so you're probably going to end up going to be counted for 6, I believe.
Well, here's the thing: is so we were discussing this, and Chad Hawkins went from 24th to 11th, which is 13 spots.
That's pretty good.
Versus where I was technically gridded at 19th to 7th, which was 12.
Well, the biggest mover doesn't get any extra points, do they?
No.
So,
look like it.
I mean, we'll be fine then.
I was just pointing it out that it wasn't quite right.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we didn't really want to disqualify Doug. He just wanted to be disqualified because he felt that being pushed. Actually, you know what? Let's air this out. Matt, tell me, if you ran out of gas and asked someone to push, or let's say someone did that, would you want them to be penalized for being pushed into the pits, or would you just let it go? I'm just curious.
I'm not really sure because I've never had to run into that issue, and every time that I have, I've always had to tow.
Right, and so we in our league, I mean, I've pushed many people that run out of gas, and a caution was out, so it wasn't like, hey, I ran out of gas, can you push? I mean, there was a caution out, so to me, I feel personally that it's not such a big issue. Now,
I don't feel this is a big issue either because the only person who was pushing also gave up any positions that they may have had by going down pit road.
Right. And I think Doug would have made it at about a half mile an hour, maybe to his pit. So chances are he could have rolled in there, but it would have held up the line. And, I think maybe what the right way to go was probably just gave him the EOL at that point and then let him get pushed in.
Yeah. I mean, I would have been fine with that.
Yeah. I'm just curious. I'm curious of what people would think of that because this is where we air it all out. If there's an issue, we're going to air it out tonight, right after the race. That's what we do. And I really didn't want him to be disqualified because he really did earn that position. But he wanted to, and he asked for the disqualification, and the race control is always going to give him what they ask for when it comes to something like that. So
I mean, he blew by me really damn quick.
He was fast tonight. I'll give him that. He was saving tires and he was waiting for those moments. And a lot of those moments happened for him. There was a couple times where he missed out. He missed his pit box once, and that actually took him from a 3rd place finish. But yeah, he did very well tonight. I was actually I knew he was going to do okay because he's all right on Auto Club. It's one of his better tracks. But he did actually extremely well with saving his tires and waiting. But we just needed more laps that weren't there. But with that, Matt, I mean, you finished quite well yourself, so there wasn't really much for holding back. I mean, you raced clean. You guys were racing hard. I saw all you guys at the end there. You were fighting for position. It looked great. I mean, it looked like the champion race. That's where I was actually focused on, because I would focus on crashes. It brought me to you guys, and for the whole race. And I tell you, it was a treat for me. And I don't know if they showed that on broadcast, but it was a treat to see.
Oh yeah, we were fighting really hard there.
You were. I knew every one of you weren't giving an inch of them tires. You didn't care about the tires anymore. You were going to use them until they cried, and then you were going to use them harder.
Yeah, that just reminds me of the finish that we had at Rockingham. That was a good finish too.
Rockingham's another good one. But do you guys have anybody you would like to shout out or things before we let you go? We really appreciate you coming in and waiting to be pulled into the podcast. This is something we're going to do all the time, and I think this is going to be a great thing here on out, and we're starting something awesome. So if you got any shout outs right now, please, by all means, the floor is yours.
I don't have any, do you?
I think we'd like to shout out and give thanks to, especially you should, to Matt Worrell for
spotting
for
yeah,
you, and
yeah,
Gary.
and Gary, yeah.
They stayed even after they were wrecked out.
Very nice
They
of them.
stayed and spotted for him.
At first, I thought you
was
said
cool.
spying, and I'm like, how did they spy on you? But you said spotted. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
spotting.
That's good. Good to have a spotter. I mean, they'll tell you when to tuck in and get out, and yeah, I mean that definitely helps the driver so much. So, well, thank you to Matt Worrell and everybody else for that. Anything else you guys have to add before we let you go?
No, I think.
On to next week, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you next week. If you have any enemies, tonight's the night to call them out. But other than that, we'll see you next week.
All right, see ya.
I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Good night, guys. Okay, so that was Matt Banky and Brianne Lawrence. And next we are going to pull up. Who do we need to pull up here? We need let's see, we got Dylan Grace down there. Is he the only one? Liam Beebe's off. Where was his? All right, I got his finish. Okay, yeah, let's bring him up and then we'll wrap this show up. All right, yeah. Dylan Grace, this is Jeff and Doug up in the podcast booth. You have a copy?
I do.
So how was your race this evening? Because judging by the scorecard here, it looks like you positioned 8th place.
Yeah, I was.
Actually, it'd be 7th.
Well, I was basically a 9th, 8th, 7th place truck all night.
Well, hey, top 10 cars will give you a top 5 season end. You know that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You bet you. We'll take that all day long. So how did the track work for you tonight? I mean, you're still a top 10 car.
So it was a lot of actually teamwork went into tonight's race. A lot of strategy talk between me, Dakota, Ryan, Liam, and just strategizing when to pit, when to take tires. Early in the race, we went with the long run, tried to stay out as long as we could, and it actually worked out really well as me and Ryan were at the entrance of pit road when that caution flew.
Oh, man.
Scurried to get right back on the track to not lose our spots. And it was a net gain. So we were able to gain spots there. And then we kind of went against the strategy at the very end. I know me and Dakota took only 2 right side tires on that last pit stop, just trying to gain spots on the leaders. And
I knew some were going to do that.
And I thought we would be closer towards the front, but we ended up right where we basically were the whole race. So yeah, like I said, an 8th, 9th, 10th place truck basically the entire night.
So you're saying if you would have taken all 4s, you think you would have been a little better off?
Honestly, I don't think the 4 tires really would have mattered.
Okay.
Those first couple laps coming out with the 2 tires were a little dicey, just trying to get them warmed up.
Yeah, it was just a long run in the end. I just figured maybe, turn 4, you'll slide up a little bit on that wall, but it's pretty good. You're slower going in, but you get a really fast off speed, and some use that for their advantage, especially if you're going on 2 tires. That's probably the way to do it, is to hug that outside wall if you can.
Oh yeah, I was on defense.
I bet you were.
90% of the race, just kind of wall riding to the corners and just trying to hold my spot as long as I could.
Yeah. This track is amazing. Doug and I spoke about it earlier. It's such sadness and disheartening that they actually tore this track down when it's like one of the best tracks there are. Like I don't think people realize how great of a track this is to ride on. And I was saying earlier in the other podcast that, like, I have butt kicker speakers in my race rig, and I could feel the bumps on this track. It's just, there's no other track. Maybe Watkins Glen comes into a distant second. But this track, you can feel every bump, if you see that black line going in the tracks, you feel those on this track. You feel every single line and bump.
Yeah. Yep. There was a few times where I actually got pretty loose on the backstretch. Going down the backstretch, you'd hit a bump and it get a little squirrely.
Yeah, so the top side of the backstretch, there's a spot that kind of heaves up. Well, there's a couple spots there, but you can see it right as you get off of 2 and you started on the backstretch. You can literally see the trucks bounce. But if anybody's lower, they don't have that bouncing as much as you do towards the top on that backstretch. I can see that happening.
Yeah, I got loose a couple times heading into 3, just hitting the bumps wrong.
Yeah, especially that one right before 3 where it kind of heaves up the hill. If you go in that corner wrong, oh shit, it's a bad night. For the cars, it's worse. The truck, the horsepower, I think, saves it a little bit, but yeah, it can make for a rough evening, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see, looking ahead. I know we're already planning on the next season, and I'm curious to see, one, what the schedule is going to look like, if Auto Club will remain on the schedule, but
I think it will.
I think we're gonna end up adding the next gen to the schedule. So I'm curious on how the next gen would run on a track like that. And
I know we've raced it before. I don't really quite remember. I know we used to race Doug, what was the one before that? The Gen 4? The Cup cars. We've raced those with quite great luck, actually. But the next gen, I think, would be interesting to see on this track.
Yeah, then I think what is the before the next gen? What is that? Gen 6?
Yeah, Gen 6. That's it.
And then that's the other one.
That was my favorite car, but working with the next gen kind of helped me drive a little better too, though. So,
well,
but yeah, the Gen 6 was a great car. I mean, that one's completely balls to the walls. The frame, the way they built that frame was just nothing beats it. Nothing beats that car.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was good racing tonight. To have those big, long green flag runs like that. I'm glad strategy came into play. And I know you guys interviewed me before the race too, and I was hoping, I thought it'd be a good race, and it ended up being a really good, fun race.
Yeah, it was. And I was getting bored because, I mean, don't get me wrong, the cautions last so long when they're thrown, but it's not that I was getting bored. I didn't know who to watch. It stretched out so far. There was a few battles. I mean, there was battles going on all the time, but there wasn't like the big ones until the end. The end had the bigger ones, which is surprising, but it was a great race. It was still fun to watch. And the people watching that race, I guarantee, were happy because they didn't have to sit there and go to the bathroom again because the caution came out, and
yeah,
they finally got to see a great race.
I'm not sure how you watch it, but were you able to use any of the new tools they added with the update?
No, I was just going TV 1, 2, and 3, and I zoom it out, and I just kind of swap back and forth, and then what I do is focus on the crashes because I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss something small, and then a driver will complain later, like, "Why didn't you call that?" Or because it won't get it all either when you focus on the crashes, but it does get a fair amount of them, and you can't watch 30 cars at once. It's just impossible.
No, I get you.
But yeah, I mean, if there's some new tools I could see, I would love to, look at that again and then see if I get different angles of views, and I can't wait. Can't wait to see what they did. But with that, I mean, you're going to be going into Monday. You're leaving in the top 10 tonight. You're going to go into Monday on top. Don't want to jinx anything, so we're not going to do that. But I'd like to see you race clean and hard Monday, and just be awake and ready, and just keep a clean head on your shoulders going into it. Nothing to be nervous about. It's just another race. Who gives a crap,
I mean,
race.
Like, unfortunately, I've missed a couple races here on these Wednesdays because of my work schedule. I have an evolving work schedule that's constantly changing, and I actually took Monday off just for that race, so I'm not working Monday.
I would have
be fully rested, ready to go.
Absolutely.
Yo.
So before you answer that, Doug can't be heard on podcast. Doug asked, "Do you need a teammate for Monday?"
Any help I can get, I will take. Just look out for the 12 car. Just follow the 30.
So it looks like we're going to have help out there. See, the White Knights always do come in the end, just like you see Gandalf. You look towards the east, and all them knights came down the hill. Well, we just had them knights come down the hill because it looks like we have a new team lined up for Monday. So number 30 and 12 are going to be hell to be reckoned with.
I mean, it's better to make friends than enemies in racing. That's one thing I've learned over time.
You're going to learn what a teammate's all about. We ride, we ride and die together. That's how we roll.
Yeah. I had some hard acts to follow tonight. There was some real beef going on this podcast tonight.
There was, yes. I don't think you really have much for rivals though out there, do you?
Oh well, rivals going into Monday.
Monday, you're going to have everybody's an enemy Monday.
Yeah, Adam Sprinkle and Ace Barker. Mm-hmm. Those are the main two. I know Mike Presley ain't too far behind either. So those will be the guys I'll be looking to stay ahead of.
Adam Sprinkle and Ace Barker himself are going to be your two buttholes out there come Monday.
Oh yeah, that's...
Well, just keep your head screwed on tight, and I think everything's going to fall just fine for you. Or Rays.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been fun. This is a real fun series. I've been blessed since day one to join this series with all these guys, and it's been a lot of fun.
Well, you're very nice. We're actually very happy to have you. You get along with everybody, and our Monday leagues. It's interesting. That's why we're talking on it Wednesday. If there's beef, we're squashing it Wednesday because Monday is our complete. It's just free of any drama. Our Monday night league is drama free. It's supposed to be drama free. That's the way we keep it. But if there's beef, we want it settled outside of the track, outside of the normal chats. But that's why we bring them here. We're going to do this on Wednesdays because Dr. Phil is in. And let me tell you about Dr. Jeff here. No matter how flat the pancake is, it still has two sides. So we're going to fix everything there. But with that being said, it looks like you got a possible teammate lined up for you on Monday. And do you have any shout-outs or thank yous you want to give to anybody? I mean, right now the floor is yours as you wish.
I mean, I'm just hoping to be back on this podcast Monday night maybe with a toast, having some beers with a championship victory.
I mean, that would be great. I really hope for you. I'm actually going to be rooting for you. I'll tell you what, I'm rooting for you next Monday, no matter what. For the good or the bad, I don't care. I'm picking you. So I'm rooting for you. That's who I'm going to root for, and I hope you push yourself on to victory lane.
I appreciate that, but got to shout out obviously you guys doing this, everyone that runs the league, the admins, and then the teammates. Looks like I got to add Doug in there now. Got to have your teammates.
So your teammates right now are the Beeb. Who are your teammates right now?
Mr. Chaos, Liam, BB himself.
Yeah.
The man that runs the team, Ryan Hunter.
Oh yes, right.
And the buddy Dakota Isgrig.
Okay, yeah. Coach.
Keep an eye out for us. We'll be hopefully working together, get towards the front.
I think it's going to work out well. Dougie, what did you have to say? He's going to have to say one before he gets off. He's got to say one thing for Doug and myself. Say
like what? I like turtles.
There you go. I like doidles.
All right, guys. Yeah, this was fun. I guess I'm going to sign off here and get some sleep tonight.
All right. Well, thank you for dropping by the Doug and Jeff Racing Podcast. We really appreciate you. And let's see you Monday, huh?
Yes, sir. Be there.
You know what's good? No sex until after the race Monday. That might help too. So you just tell her to stay away. You need all the adrenaline and testosterone you need for Monday.
I will. That probably won't happen, but I will try.
I understand. I'm in.
All right, guys.
Take care.
You guys have a good night.
You as well. With that being said, Doug, I mean, I don't know. Do we have anybody else to drag in? Do we want to get Matt one more time, or do we want to? Yeah. Well, let's hope. If he's listening, Matt, if you're listening, we hope you win this race you're in right now, and we'll see you Monday. Chances are we're going to pull you in. And if we don't, let us know, because we do want to talk to you. So let us know Monday. We will pull your ass in here and see what you have to say come Monday's race. With that, I'm Jeff, and this is Doug. We're going to sign off for the evening. And thanks for sticking by and listening to the D&J Race Podcast. And we'd like to give a special thanks to Wagner's Welding and James Wagner himself. Also, thank you to Tim. And who else are we thanking? Johnny, Mr. Johnny Hurst himself. So Tim and Johnny, thank you. James Wagner, you are the man. And we love you, buddy. So stay dry up in North Carolina. Good evening, guys.